I do like that you decided to go into this game just completely fresh and clean, and then you saw two kids. You're like, oh, I'm sure this is going to be fine.
Yeah.
What could go wrong with two kids in a game called A Plague's Tale? I'll be
Dangle
fine.
that innocence above me, make sure that they're, bond with them and then slowly lose them over the course of the game, whatever.
The adult beverages will be poured. The kids are asleep. Welcome to New Dad Gaming, a show about fatherhood, gaming, and new fathers figuring out their gaming lives. My name is Trevor, and I have a 3-year-old and a 6-year-old.
And I'm Jeff. I have a 10-year-old and an 8-year-old.
Coming to you live, coming to you thirsty, coming to you tired.
Very tired.
This was the struggle, the dad struggle to get here tonight. So many kids just not sleeping. Nobody nowhere's getting down.
No, there needs to be a video game of our journey of what happens every night, right?
Is that a rhythm one? Is it like Guitar Hero?
It could be a bunch of like genres smashed in. Just you're doing everything at once, multitasking all the time.
I think it'd be more like Metal Gear Solid, and then it'd be us like under a box, like trying to really quietly get out of the room before they notice, so they just go to sleep.
That's right. Yeah, no, that's a good one too.
We are recording relatively late for what we usually do. I think we'll have the energy to blast through it, but both of our kids, no one's sleeping tonight. But here we are. What beverage powers people through, Jeff?
Well, we have beer picks, so mine is going to be Taste of Tonight, Muskoka Brewery, Born This Way IPA.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to crack this.
Give us the audio and give us a little bit about what this beer is.
Okay, there we go. It's been sitting in front of me, sweating. I'm ready to go for it. Okay. Again, from Muskoka Brewery here in Ontario, so I'm not sure if American listeners can get this one, but it's a hazy IPA. It says it's bursting with tropical fruits, and every can they donate to a Get Real movement, which helps combat discrimination, which is kind of cool. So I'm drinking for a good cause.
There you go. It's not about yourself. It's about supporting a good cause, which is great. As we usually like to do on this summer beer picks with New Dad Gaming, give us your initial take, and we'll swing back around as you'll be sipping on that through the recording. Have you been bursted with tropical fruit?
It's definitely got tropical fruit right off the get-go. So we'll see how that sits for a 11 o'clock at night show when we're both really tired. But yes, right off the press, tropical fruit. So. What do you have cooking over there, though?
Absolutely. So I actually have two. Now, I'm not going to drink two. I will not drink two because that would be a heck of a sloppy recording. But we had a listener recommendation come in. So
nice.
Longtime listener to the show, Tim, had written in with a recommendation. Now, I already had a couple lined up, so I wanted to go with something else. But I did try it beforehand, and it was delicious. So the Hazy Mariner Cloudy IPA.
Fantastic name.
Oh, it's amazing. And it's got this 1800s style can art, like this old ink pen type drawing on the front. Captain, it's got a seagull. It's much like the captain that sits behind Jeff's shoulder.
Oh, yeah.
If anyone catches the video of the recording of it. New England style pale ale showcases a hint of grapefruit, decent floral, and fresh, juicy, fruity hop flavors and aromas. What was most interesting I found, small tangent on the recommendation, is it came with a caveat.
Okay.
So it said, I had this one, you should try it, it's delicious. But when I tried it, I was on the 4th hole of an amazing day of golf.
Oh, no.
It was super hot, it was super cold, the beer was super cold, it was delicious.
Yeah.
So the context of that, which means to have it in that moment, the beer is going to be glorious.
Right, yeah.
Right, so as far as a fresh take, I just bought it at the beer store, and I'm sitting in my home. Will it hold up?
Yeah, no, that's quite the challenge.
Fortunately, it did. The amount of hops I liked, there's certainly fruitiness to it, and it really made for a great summer's beer. I could definitely see this being on the golf course or the barbecue outside. So thanks so much, Tim, for the recommendation, the Hazy Mariner Cloudy IPA. For the live drinking tonight, because I'm a professional, and this is how we do things here. This one comes from England, specifically from Eagle Brewery, Banana Bread Beer.
What?
I felt like so far my choices have been a little safe.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not, because I had an Iron Maiden beer the previous week,
true.
but that was like a classic like English lager.
Yeah.
Right. Then I had a golden ale. So this is just left field banana bread beer.
Wow.
The description on the website from Eagle Brewery reads thusly, which I thought was pretty nice. Long ago, ale was known as liquid bread. We've used our long history of creating the finest malt blends and added fair trade bananas to awaken the senses with a seriously fruity, rich, yet surprisingly versatile banana bread beer.
Wow.
You know, because you don't want to have the non-versatile banana bread beer. That's your first mistake. Let's go ahead and open that one up.
I am interested in your initial take on this one. This is
and it's actually called a flavored beer on the side. So I don't know that they kind of just arrived at banana bread. I think they're actually adding stuff to get the banana bread. Mm-hmm. But
well,
banana's there. It wasn't like immediate. I was, for some reason, I was expecting, much like yours was described, an outburst or bursting with.
Yeah, just kind of hits you over the head with it.
But instead, it kind of hit just like a normal beer, and then as it settles, we kind of start to get this banana. Okay, and now as it sits a bit more, that breadiness kind of comes in too. So, first take in, you're talking just kind of a normal lager. It's like, oh, this is and tasty. Like that tastes pretty good. And then all of a sudden, hey, banana. And then it keeps on going.
Hey, bananas are here. Wow. Okay.
So wow, excellent. It's happily subtle in the background, as far as it's not just punching in the face with like they took the banana bread. It's like as if it was a Starbucks latte banana bread.
Yeah.
Nonsense.
Right.
And just punching in the face with it. It's instead a really great beer that just has this kind of aftertaste of banana bread as it goes on.
It's one of those dessert beers.
Excellent. So great. That sounds like some great picks this week. So, like I said, and thanks so much to Tim for the recommendation. Any other new dads listening would love to hear your beer picks for us to check out. So please do reach out to us at New Dad Gaming.
Nice.
All right, now, speaking of people we're interacting with and going back and forth, there was this amazing tweet that just threw us right into some memories of a show that we can all, as dads now, really relate to.
Absolutely. Angel and Xenoblade. So I can't read his Twitter. Well,
so that's at Hela Zura. That's at HELEXZURA.
Yeah.
Angel Xenoblade.
So he tweets out, I'm watching Malcolm in the Middle for the first time. Right? And he's loving it. Wow. And my mind, and I'm sure your mind, again, as a dad, going back in your memories, watching Malcolm in the Middle, you were the kid in that show. And now you can reflect back and see like Hal had it rough.
Hal's the most reasonable, trustworthy, like relatable character that's ever been done.
Yeah. He I wish him all the best in watching this show. I have a couple great episodes in my mind, again, all dealing with Hal, and what I have to do with my kids at home right now is probably all the writing for this show at the time.
Yeah, it's just anyone who would remember the show, Malcolm in the Middle, I think, who goes on to have kids, like becomes Hal. Like you just start to think back upon that. It's like that man was so reasonable. Like that's exactly what my life has become. And I think you and I were talking before the show, but there's a one episode I think many gaming dads would remember if they've seen it, where Hal goes to fix a light bulb.
Yeah.
He has a to-do list, and hey, Hal, fix this light bulb. But he tries to fix the light bulb, and I'm probably getting this the wrong order, but you'll remember the sentiment. The light bulb is broken, but then the switch needs to be fixed. To get the switch fixed, the cabinet like kind of leaks over. When the cabinet leaks over, and then just a cascading snowball of tasks, where finally he's up on the roof, re-shingling something after two trips to the depot.
Yep.
And his wife comes home just to berate, like, why aren't you replacing the light bulb? I am. What, don't you see what I'm doing?
Again,
on top the rooftop.
I can totally relate. In my own to-do list, I was supposed to clean up the dryer vent. I had to go to the hardware store, get like a special screwdriver to open up the vent. I went to go in my bathroom to have a shower, to go to the hardware store. The bathroom exhaust fan won't work, so I had to open up that. And then I like it was just this like, oh no, I'm becoming this character, and everything's spiraling out of control. So all the best to Angel on watching this.
Yeah, Angel, great show to get into. Hope you keep updating Twitter with the discoveries and as you start to relate to the characters more. Now, Twitter is where I discovered that, Jeff, you had started to dip your toe into A Plague's Tale.
Yes.
Which, how's that going for you, buddy?
Well, okay. So this is a game for anybody that doesn't know. It's called Plague's Tale: Innocence, and it's about two kids in what I thought was just it was medieval times. So there's a plague of some sort. I get it, right? So it was a PS Plus game this month, so I downloaded it, and I'm like, again, anybody that follows our Twitter at New Dad Gaming, I tweeted out, I'm going in fresh, and nothing better happened to these kids. Being a gaming dad, nothing better happened to them. So 5 minutes in, the family's ripped apart, tragedies are happening all over the place, and I'm just, again, stunned, and I, again, tweet back out, you gotta be kidding me. Like that meme of the guy just like, come on. Like just
These guys are going to be okay, right?
Yeah, I hope so. Come on. So
I do like that you decided to go into this game just completely fresh and clean, and then you saw two kids, and you're like, oh, I'm sure this is going to be fine.
yeah.
What could go wrong with two kids in a game called A Plague's Tale?
Dangle that innocence above me, make sure that they're, bond with them and then slowly lose them over the course of the game. Whatever. Come on.
So then 5 minutes. So Jeff's comment says I'm just going to start it fresh. No big deal. Next comment, Jeff is like 5 minutes in, basically tweets the guy saying like, what are you doing to me?
Yeah.
Like, what is this?
Yep.
Focus Home Interactive, the developers of the game, tweet back at us saying 10 minutes in, and they have this celebrity and, the freeze frame where like I don't know what right way to do it, but like the dizzy focus.
Yeah.
Where it's as if the world is spinning except for his face. Like,
yeah. Yeah.
So 10 minutes in.
They know exactly what they're doing. Again, emotional roller coaster. And it's wouldn't recommend playing this one with your little ones around. That's for sure.
No. No, it's not. It seems like it's been a journey. I'm interested to hear how it goes for the end. Hopefully it's a good story, but it's wonderful to be called out there by Focus Home Interactive. So thanks for the call out, guys. That's awesome.
I'm sure the kids will be fine.
New games appearing, and before I get into what games I recently purchased, there was a tweet from Jeff. Getting a bunch of value from Jeff's tweets this week. Nintendo had one of those super rare sales.
Oh yes.
Where Rabbids was down to something like $8, like $9. It was crazy low.
Yep.
And you can see the previous price, which is usually like 40 to 60, and then all the way down. You're like, Nintendo, are you okay? So I purchased that one. I also purchased Trials Fusion, both of which I'd like to talk about. But my favorite part of the initial purchase was I saw that on my desktop, just my computer, went to Nintendo Online, purchased it. It was going to download to the Switch. Later in the day, when it comes time for my kids' kind of daily gaming, he comes up like, Dad, there's new games. New games showed up on the computer. Look at this. Where'd these come from?
Oh,
it was like Switch Santa that just like snuck into our house and just bequeathed these games to him.
Just airdropped them right in the system. Look, Nintendo's being awesome. Yeah. Look what they're doing.
Look what games showed up. It's like, yeah, I bought them.
Yeah, exactly. They cost money.
There's very much a Christmas morning where it's like the best toy you don't want Santa to get credit for.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think we discuss that every year, and it's sort of like, no, I got those games. Exactly. I put those on the Switch. Those did not magically show up. Nintendo doesn't do that, son.
No, that's awesome. I remember, like, again, on my son's 3DS, when I used to download demos for him, they would show up as little presents. So he was just cool. Like, oh my God, this is amazing. And you got to pop the present and open it. So
why on earth don't they do that? That's amazing.
It's a simple thing.
Because you could say, like, especially since we're hurtling towards digital only. Yeah. Like, we're not going to be able to wrap presents under the tree. But if you can say, hey, it's your birthday, check your Switch, and there's just this floating birthday gift they get to have some massive animation for, that'd be amazing.
It would be. Like, again, and you can maybe even have a countdown timer to their birthday where it opens up, right? Or they're allowed to access it.
Yeah. Oh, you can't even open it until...
That would be cool.
Jeez.
I mean, Nintendo's listening to this podcast, right?
We say that every week, and it's like, I don't know that we get what we want. So that is amazing. Anyway, so the two games I did get, Mario and Rabbids. Yep. Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle, which was...
excellent game.
Yeah, you've recommended it a few times, so I was really happy I could pick it up. Interested to see it. If anyone listening hasn't seen it, it's Rabbids from the Ubisoft games mixed with Mario Kingdom characters, and they're battling in an XCOM style battling system.
Yeah.
So take that amalgamation, just mash it all together, and imagine what it'd be like. It seems hyper fun. Anyone I've ever heard talk about it seems like enthralled with it. So happy to get it. Real funny. I don't know if you've had a similar scenario with your kids where they know immediately as soon as the game arrives, they know more than you about it. Because mine had said as soon as it opens, like, oh, I saw a video on this. I know what to do. And he starts just playing. And I've never seen gameplay for this. I've never known how it works.
Uh-oh.
So I'm watching him just dive in like, oh, I've watched a video. I know what to do. It's like, geez, slow your roll, man. This is crazy. You can't even read yet, and you're already able to discern how new games work. Have you had similar of your kids? I know like your kids obviously blow you out of the water with Minecraft.
Oh, yeah. But
have there been any new game experiences where like, oh, I know what's up here?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Again, with game demos, they would want to download this demo that they've obviously seen somewhere, jump right in, and they know all the mechanics right away. It's crazy how much they know, like, absorb through those kind of videos, but then you ask them to do, pick up your clothes off the ground, and they're like, I don't know how to do it. So, yeah, no, that's great. It's an awesome, as a little gamer, kind of picking that stuff up, not a problem. But yeah, scary at the same time, where they're like showing
pretty
you.
Scary. It sounds like we should really get some of these, maybe Ninja or Dr. Disrespect, if they could start doing gameplay videos of how to pick up clothes.
Yeah.
Or close doors, or like not use
mix that
an entire bottle of soap.
Shutting off the lights after you leave a room. God.
Oh,
again, we're like Malcolm in the Middle again. We're like, Hal.
Hal, buddy, where are you, man? So it's been absolutely fantastic. They're really enjoying that one. And like I said, its arrival and blowing his mind of how on earth a new game's showing up here. Yeah. Look what we got.
Yeah.
No, look what I got us. And the game itself, like, really excited to get into it. The other one I had to get, so Trials Rising, like this one is on for like $8.
Right.
And for myself, like I think you've played Trials before, Jeff?
Yes, I have. So we've had that game running in our family for a bit. So I'm interested to hear how this one turned out in your family.
Yeah, well, it was just, I adored it. I played the heck out of the original one on Xbox 360, I think it was.
Oh, nice, yep.
And I think the greatest mechanic, which seems to have remained in all the latest iterations, is the quick restart.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Which is super dad friendly as far as like limit of game time, because there's certain checkpoints throughout the matches when you're trying to get through, like possibly get to the end of these courses. And if you crash, one button, bam, you're immediately back. No load screens, no death animation. It's just like, made a mistake, back, made a mistake, back, made a mistake, try again. And that is fantastic. That translates great for kids.
Absolutely.
As I watch my kid, because I'll tell you one thing. What does a little boy love more than a motorcycle with a dude crashing horrifically over and over again?
Yeah, I can understand that.
I see, because it was just like, I can't describe the hysterics he was in. I'm talking like on the floor, rolling around laughing. Like it's just the greatest thing he's ever seen. His little stuntman just slamming into the side of buildings as he fails. And eventually he's making it up. But like this game had such huge humor potential for him.
Yeah. No, and that's good to see too, right? Where it's something that was like, could have been, really frustrating. And again, not made so with those quick load times and just having comical fun. Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like it's just, and some of those courses are pretty like nuts, right? You're jumping over, bridges and canyons and all sorts of like, I remember buildings with like windmills and stuff and like crazy stuff going on. And my kids would die laughing at just the characters you can select in this thing. There's like a unicorn.
That's right.
The bike is replaced by a unicorn, and the animation of the unicorn going down the track. They, honest to God, I thought they were dying because there was no sound coming out of their mouth. They were just laughing so hard at everyone being unicorns. So
yeah, we're playing a video of it. Like it's not just that it's a unicorn; it's a cat in a bandana with a gun. Yep. Riding a unicorn.
Why not?
I gotta say, like, there's something so refreshing about a game that just doesn't take itself so seriously.
Yeah.
But it also doesn't use that as an excuse for bad gameplay.
Right.
Because the mechanics of this game are rock solid. So the replayability, the fun of, like, the weightiness of the bikes itself, the challenge of the courses, like, it really grabs a hold of you. You want to get this, right? Yeah. Tons of fun. So their willingness to embrace charm and silliness doesn't detract from the fact that at its core, this game is fantastic. Like just absolute blast, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Like it's mixing, like you said, mechanics with that spectacle, right? there's just a visual feast of just stuff going on. And again, like what we're watching on screen is this like medieval level where they're going through like underground skeletons and being catapulted across the sky. But again, if you were playing this as even an adult gamer, the mechanics themselves are super tight, and you could really go through these time trials. Some of them are insane how competitive they can get. I've tried my hand going online with this thing. And,
I want to hear about that, because this infusion, that's a big part of it. You don't have to be online, and there's also I was really happy about local multiplayer.
Yes.
Which again, like, man, these devs get it. These devs should get as much. I feel like I should go back and pay full price, because they're just checking all these boxes. Super fun, great mechanics, local co-op, dad playability as far as like quick restarts.
Yeah.
But anyways, this small diversion. Like, what is online like? Because that was prominently featured in Fusion.
In Fusion, yeah. I remember when again, I'm not very good at this game, so just to preface this,
Let's set the table.
yeah, I am coming from a place where I am not good at this game. But jumping online was like relatively painless. Like a lot of other games, like you're waiting in a lobby and waiting it to fill up. There's tons of people playing this game, and a match was found really easily. Everybody's in the game, and you're just off. So you're just going, right? And I don't know who's online, but they are all pros. I am.
Oh, really?
I was losing like as soon as it was go. But again, just to go down that race, get out, get into another match, it's almost as quick as just the offline stuff. So
excellent.
Just having that there, it was fun just to be online. I don't really play online games all that much, just because of the the waits, and then if you suck, you have to wait again in the lobby for the next match, blah blah blah. But this was a cool one to get online, and just kind of, again, these are short matches too, right? Like you can just kind of take in, pick up and play, and then go do something else if you need to. Go do your to-do list that you need to get at, right? So it's good for dad gaming for sure.
So satisfying. Like, it's just when you really hit that great run, when you manage to pull off a backflip into a wheelie and you jump off into something else, like it's just so mechanically satisfying. So it was such a joy to see it on sale, and then to watch my kid just like heaving with laughter as his character went. It's a good shakeup. Like, I'm gonna be real happy not to play Lego Marvel for a little while. get him onto this thing for a bit.
Put motorcycles back in Lego, you'll be right back, Trevor. You'll be right there.
I will be curious on what this game will look like on the new Switch Pro.
Oh no.
They did it. They launched it. It's everything we ever wanted.
They did it. They gave us a new screen.
That's fine. To me, it feels more like the Pro. Do you consider it an equal upgrade from the PS4 to the PS4 Pro? Is it comparable in your mind?
I don't think so. Just because they didn't upgrade the internals at all. So like the machine itself is still. When did the Switch launch? 2017, 2018?
It feels like 3 or 4 years ago.
So it still has the 4-year-old tech, and then they're charging more. So like a typical Nintendo price, right? So I understand the PS4 to PS4 Pro. Like there was more added to it in the internals, right? You can get more out of it. So they added more to the price. They expanded the screen a little bit. I get it. It's a different type of screen. But to go up in price on a 4-year-old machine, I'm like, oh no. But if you don't have a Switch, this is the one to get. And I will say the defining feature of any new dad gaming, again on screen right now, is the kickstand. The kickstand on the old Switch is this tiny little thing that looks like it was just there to cover the memory card or something. Like it was just like an afterthought. They're like, hey, why don't we make it kick instead of just like slide up?
The current one is terrifying.
Yeah. I'm surprised mine hasn't snapped yet, honestly.
Yeah.
So
the Pro moniker feels a bit disingenuous. There was a decent pushback online for it. I don't know that it's really warranted. Like, it's fine. Like, it's kind of a nice mid-cycle upgrade. It feels more like the PS2 Slim, in my view.
Okay.
It's a decent hardware upgrade. Like, we've shifted some stuff around. Is it that much worth it to have a better screen? Like, I do wonder what the case would have been not to add 2 more gigs of RAM or more internal memory. It just gives something extra that would make that Pro moniker stick better. Right?
I will say, I probably 95% play the Switch in handheld form. I'm not sure about you guys. You might be playing on screen, like with your family. I totally understand that. But this thing is more handheld in our house, so
Yeah.
be nice to have that screen just to pop.
Currently, we're more on the TV, but I certainly like the handheld mode. Once I get through a couple games, I want to get back into a couple of the Switch titles that I have. So it'll be nice to have. It would be nice to have the larger screen of it, but
Yeah,
I don't know. It certainly doesn't feel like it warrants a Gaming Dad upgrade at this part of the cycle. I'd really not have any desire to get this.
no. Again, if it was clamshell, we'd be all over this.
Yeah. I'm telling you that
Just
the Game
saying.
Boy SP, and it comes with like 50 Game Boy games, and the whole thing is just in that clamshell. It's a slam dunk. It wins every time.
Yeah.
Come on, guys.
I mean, again, Nintendo's listening, so they'll give it to us. It just takes time. So
Okay, we'll get around to it eventually.
that's right. Yeah.
So on that call to action for Dear Nintendo, we will wrap it up for the week. Once again, thank you, listener Tim, for the great beer suggestion. Thank you, Angel Xenoblade. That is at HELEXZURA for the interaction there and the reminder that we've all become Hal from Malcolm in the Middle. Mm-hmm. That's amazing. Now, wrapping up the beer for this week, how has this one sat with you?
This one's okay. I can't see it continuing at a late night drink. So like if you're out in the sun and maybe after mowing the lawn, doing howl work, this one would be good. Again, it's that tropical rush that I'm getting. It doesn't really do anything for me in the evenings, but during the day, can totally see it. So that's where it's at with me. How's yours going? How's the banana?
Delicious, man.
Yeah?
Really delicious. Surprising. Like,
Wow.
Again, it would feel more like a throwaway or almost, I don't want to say joke beer. That's not the right way to say it. But given the flavor profile, much like the Starbucks flavored latte, but instead it's just this base of a delicious, great beer.
Okay.
And then as you finish up on the kind of like aftertaste of it, just the subtle hints of banana and bread. And specifically, I mean, I'm a guy who likes some banana in my beer.
Right.
With one of my favorite is Side Launch, which has banana and cloves.
Yep.
So that made it familiar to me. And yeah, surprised. I think what's great about it is how amazing it is and how subtle they were able to work in this theme of banana bread. So
Interesting.
kudos, Eagle Brewery. You did it.
Wow.
You done did it from England.
I wonder if you drink it warm, if it would be like a warm banana bread.
Yeah, if you put it in the microwave, well, and slap a little butter on it, will it really enhance the flavors? I will suggest you do not do this. All right, we will wrap it up there for the week. Everybody, thank you so much for listening. This has been New Dad Gaming. If you like the show, what would really help us out is if you went to iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, Spotify, any of the major podcasting networks, and subscribed. That helps us out in a huge degree. Much does a rating and a comment on the show, as well as a pass along to any gaming dads who might appreciate it. If you'd like to follow the show, you can reach out to us on Twitter or Facebook at New Dad Gaming. Absolutely love to hear from you. If you have your own favorite Hal, Malcolm in the Middle moment, you can send to us. If you have a beer pick for us to try. If you have another game on the Switch that we should magically have show up on our kids' consoles, would love to hear it. Love to hear from gaming dads like it. And as always, thank you so much for listening. This has been New Dad Gaming. And until next week, my name is Trevor, and I have a 6-year-old and a 3-year-old.
And I'm Jeff. I have a 10-year-old and an 8-year-old. And just because you became a Hal
doesn't mean it's game over.
Nice.
See you next week.
See you later.
Life is a mystery.